3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Giants and the Eagles, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
That's an afternoon. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you, that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Their bread and butter is their passing game. After that last play, maybe they need to go back to that passing game.
No, what's been good for them along the way is they understand their identity. They are a passing team, but they do like to mix in the run every now and then just to keep people off balance. Didn't work very well on that one, but all in all, I like their philosophy.
They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And they'll run again. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. So that drive 7 plays in length, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
It's showtime, baby. Let's go now, let's go.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Herbert. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead. The game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it. It's team talking.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Herbert now. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at the 33.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
To the 27-yard line. Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the...
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New York set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
And some room to roam now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Brings up third down and 8 yards to go.
Now it's Herbert. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And that'll bring up fourth down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants going to take over again on offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. These 2 teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Herbert. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he will have a Giants first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Herbert's throw brought in by Watson. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Herbert. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense
late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Herbert got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st and 10, Herbert.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
Touchdown, Giants!
DeAndre Swift.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Giants are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Eagles will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
McPherson on for the point after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in everyone to this Christmas Eve edition of the EA Sports.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them, so what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they'll run on the inside handoff. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Nixon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the Eagles are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week, they're going to have to look his way more than one. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
On first down, Justin Herbert. He'll get this off to Swift. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he's taken down inside the 30. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 2nd down, Swift. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
A 52-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On 1st down now. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Herbert. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. Herbert throwing again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Complete to number 82. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36, Herbert out left to Dotson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, he's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 16.
Complete, it's Dotson.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
He's got a man complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
McPherson on for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Rolling to his left, thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
McPherson on for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The New York set to take the field.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the sack on first down, Herbert under pressure. They got him again. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is taken in by Njoku. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken at about the 36. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got room. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
McPherson now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they hit pay dirt on just 1 play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
One last throw here for Herbert. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So